Across 4 billion years of evolution, nature has forged the ultimate warriors. They wear no armor, they wield no weapons, because their bodies are the weapon. This is not a game, this is survival. Only the strongest will live. The strongest creatures on Earth witness the battles you've never seen before. The strongest creatures on Earth.
Dawn breaks over the African savanna, a vast land where every new day is a brutal battle for survival. Life here is fragile, and water is the force that dictates all, guiding both hunter and prey alike. This is the home of countless creatures, from gentle giants to apex predators ruling the land. Yet one resilient survivor often goes unnoticed: the warthog, the true warrior of the plains. Its signature kneeling stance allows it to graze on short grass, a perfect adaptation to its harsh environment. But danger is never far away. In the tall grass, the eyes of a predator are fixed upon it. A deadly stillness fills the air. The duel between hunter and hunted has begun. The lion strikes. With explosive speed, it charges toward its prey. The odds seem decided. But the warthog is swift and cunning. Its raised tail signals the alarm, a rallying cry for the herd. The chase becomes a test of endurance and strategy. The predator closes in, step by step. The only hope lies underground, the safety of a burrow where the mighty cannot follow. When cornered, the warthog will fight. Its sharp tusks are formidable weapons, capable of inflicting serious wounds. The danger passes, for now. Life on the savanna returns to its relentless rhythm. Ever watchful, the mother warthog guards her young against the countless threats that surround them. Failure doesn't discourage the lion. Patience, the hallmark of a true predator, keeps it waiting for the next chance. Sometimes, the best defense is attack. The warthog turns, standing its ground with fearless determination. Its tusks force the lion to hesitate. One wrong move could mean a crippling injury for the hunter. Energy must be restored. The warthog's varied diet allows it to endure even in the harshest conditions. Feeding alongside other species increases their collective awareness. More eyes to spot danger from afar. Yet threats don't only come from without. Rival males battle for dominance and the right to mate. Strength is displayed in fierce combat. The victor earns status, territory, and the chance to pass on his lineage. At the watering hole, an unspoken truce exists. Predator and prey gather side by side to share the gift of life. Speed, agility, and luck. These are the keys to survival on the savanna. Though it failed today, the lion's instinct to hunt never fades. It will return. The warthog family moves on. Vigilance is their constant companion. In the lion's eyes, the wild spirit of Africa burns, the embodiment of power and dominion. The young ones learn with each passing day, preparing for a life filled with danger and discovery. As night descends, new hunters rise. The cycle begins again. The sun sets on another day, but the story of survival on the savanna never truly ends.
Wild Africa, a vast and unforgiving land. Here, life and death are part of an endless cycle. Massive herds of wildebeest and springbok roam across the savanna. They are an abundant source of life, but also the target of the most skilled predators. And here is the savanna's predator, a masterpiece of evolution built for speed, the cheetah. With the scientific name Acinonyx jubatus, it belongs to the big cat family, Felidae, born to dominate these wide-open plains. Its most distinctive feature is the pair of black, tear-like streaks that run from the eyes down to the mouth. But these are not symbols of weakness. They are powerful adaptations that reduce the sun's glare, allowing it to focus completely on its prey. The hunt begins with patience and calculation. The cheetah does not rely on brute strength for a head-on confrontation. Instead, it uses camouflage and stealth, slowly closing in on its target without making a sound. Every sense is heightened, waiting for the perfect moment. The chosen prey, a Thompson's gazelle peacefully grazing, completely unaware it is in the crosshairs. The cheetah advances with astonishing patience, body low to the ground, using every tuft of grass as cover. Each step is precise, soft, and deliberate. This is the moment evolution has designed it for. When the distance is right, the cheetah explodes into action. It is the fastest land animal, capable of reaching staggering speeds of 90 to 120 km range. Its slender body, deep chest that supplies oxygen to its muscles, long legs, and remarkably flexible spine all combine to produce enormous strides. Its long tail acts like a rudder, keeping balance and allowing sharp turns even at top speed. The chase is short, just 200 to 300 meters, but in those few breathless seconds, life and death are decided. The effort pays off. A precise strike brings down the prey. After such an energy-draining pursuit, the cheetah must eat quickly to recover. But on the savanna, a meal is never truly one's own. The smell of success quickly attracts opportunists. A pack of hyenas arrives. Though a highly effective predator, the cheetah is built for speed, not prolonged battles. Faced with overwhelming numbers and the crushing jaws of the hyenas, it must make a hard choice. Abandon its prey to preserve its life. Law of survival in the wild. But life goes on. A new generation is born, carrying within it the legacy of the planet's fastest predator. Challenges still lie ahead, but instinct and perfected skills will continue to be passed down, ensuring the survival of Acinonyx jubatus across the vast savannas of Africa. Africa, the vast savanna. Beneath the golden sunlight, life and death move side by side. This is the stage for one of nature's most captivating survival stories, the beginning of a new generation of lions. After about 110 days of pregnancy, the lioness secretly leaves her pride. She seeks out a remote, hidden place to give birth. A litter usually consists of 2 to 4 cubs. In the first weeks of life, the cubs are completely dependent on their mother. Separating from the pride is a vital strategy. The lioness must shield her fragile cubs from countless lurking threats: hyenas, leopards, and even unfamiliar male lions. Danger is ever present, forcing the mother to constantly move her den. She gently carries each cub in her mouth to a safer location. This endless flight is her way of safeguarding the future of the pride. The enemy is never far. Hyenas, the lion's eternal rivals, prowl nearby, sniffing out opportunities. They are among the greatest threats to lion cubs. In such a harsh world, cub mortality is extremely high. Statistics reveal that 60–70% will not survive their first year. Each passing day is a small victory in the battle for life. As time passes, the surviving cubs grow stronger. They begin to explore the world under their mother's watchful eye. Playful games are more than just fun. They are the first lessons in hunting and fighting skills. When they are strong enough, the lioness brings her cubs back to the pride. Now they will be protected by the strength of the entire group. Other lionesses also share in the caregiving, creating a unique nursery in the wild. The cubs are now full members of the pride. They learn everything from the adults, from tracking prey to understanding their place within the complex hierarchy of lion society. At around 2 to 3 years old, they reach maturity. This is a crucial turning point, one that will determine the fate of each individual. Their futures split into two very different paths depending on gender. The young lionesses usually remain with the pride, inheriting the territory and continuing the reproductive cycle, ensuring the lineage endures. But for the young males, a solitary and grueling journey is about to begin. To avoid inbreeding and competition with dominant males, they are driven out by their own family. From then on, they must wander alone, fighting to survive and searching for a chance to establish a pride of their own. Hunting skills are sharpened day by day. They learn cooperation, patience, and the ability to bring down large prey such as buffalo. Every successful hunt not only provides food, but also strengthens the social bond that ensures the pride's survival. As the sun sets over the African savanna, a new generation of lions has overcome its first challenges. The pride's legacy will continue, adding another verse to the endless epic of life and death in the wild. Africa, a continent of untamed beauty and vibrant life. Across the vast savannas stretching to the horizon, a dance of life and death unfolds every single day. This is the kingdom of zebras. With their iconic black and white stripes, no two are ever alike. Graceful and lean, with long legs and firm muscles, zebras are nature's perfect design to escape predators on the endless plains. They live in large herds, a smart defensive strategy against the hunters that constantly lurk nearby. Their stripes not only camouflage them within the light and shadows of the grasslands, but also regulate body temperature and repel insects. Zebras have sharp eyesight, keen hearing, and remarkable memory. They recognize each other through unique calls and stripe patterns. Life for zebras is an endless journey in search of fresh grass and water. They share this vast land with wildebeest, together creating one of the greatest migrations on Earth. But this peace is only temporary. Hidden in the shrubs and tall grass, amber eyes silently watch. Lions, the apex predators of the savanna, have begun their hunt. A pride of lions, mostly experienced lionesses, patiently stalk their prey. They move silently, coordinating with precision, using every contour of the land to conceal themselves. From a distance, they watch carefully for the weak, the young, or the stragglers. The success of the hunt depends entirely on patience and the perfect moment. Above, vultures circle. Their sharp senses can detect a meal from kilometers away. Their presence is a grim omen of the life and death struggle about to unfold. And then the attack begins. In the chaos, the lions single out a vulnerable zebra. With strength and unmatched hunting skill, they bring it down. Victory belongs to the pride. But on the savanna, no meal comes easily. The noise and smell of the hunt soon draw uninvited guests. Spotted hyenas, the lion's eternal rivals, arrive. Famous for their boldness and overwhelming numbers, they are opportunists that never miss a free meal. The lions, though stronger, are outnumbered. The hyena clan grows larger, surrounding, harassing, and attempting to steal the prize. What follows is a relentless battle between two of Africa's top predators. With their sloping backs, lanky frames, and spotted coats, hyenas may not look impressive, but this awkward appearance hides a perfect predator machine. With the strongest bite force of any land carnivore, their jaws can crush and consume even bones. They snatch chances to tear chunks of flesh, sometimes rushing in for a quick bite before darting away. Piece by piece, the carcass is stolen while the lions, exhausted and outmatched, struggle to defend it. Overwhelmed by the sheer numbers and persistence of the hyenas, the lions eventually concede. On the savanna, the rule of numbers sometimes outweighs raw strength. The feast now belongs to the hyenas. They devour it voraciously, leaving nothing behind. In nature, scavenging is a risky yet efficient survival strategy, and spotted hyenas have perfected it. They endure not by brute force alone, but through stamina, organization, cunning tactics, and insatiable hunger. After the meal, the lions retreat to the grasslands, resting to regain strength for the next hunt. Masai Mara, the savanna of primal instinct, where every creature must fight until its last breath. Today's hunter may well become tomorrow's prey. Dawn descends on the Sundarbans, the largest mangrove forest in the world, spanning over 10,000 kilometers, where land meets sea. In this watery world, ants build nests in the trees. They are tiny engineers, recycling fallen leaves and maintaining ecological balance. Tiny beetles contribute to decomposing organic matter, keeping the forest alive and thriving. From the smallest creatures to the brilliant birds soaring across the sky, all are part of the wild tapestry of nature, where life and death walk hand in hand. But above all, there is one ruler, a phantom of the jungle, whose every step spreads silence. This is the Bengal tiger, Asia's apex predator. The Bengal tiger, the largest of all tigers. Adult males can reach 3 meters in length and weigh over 200 kilograms. Though a top carnivore, tigers sometimes eat grass. This behavior is not for nutrition, but is believed to help cleanse their stomachs and expel parasites. A tiger's roar can carry for up to 3 kilometers. It is not only a territorial declaration, but also a powerful communication tool, striking fear into prey. The tiger's life is a balance between resting to conserve energy and sudden, explosive hunts. All of its senses remain on constant high alert. Spotted deer, with sharp hearing and smell, are its primary prey. They live in herds to improve their chances of detecting predators. The hunt begins. The tiger employs stealth and silence. Thick pads on its paws allow it to move without making a sound. A tiger's eyes have night vision 6 times better than humans, a decisive advantage in dawn and dusk hunts. It waits patiently for the perfect moment. But the forest has its own alarm system. The alarm calls of langurs, the guards of the jungle, echo through the trees, warning all creatures of the predator's presence. The hunter is exposed, but hunger is a powerful drive. The tiger does not give up. It keeps moving, searching for a careless victim. The langurs continue to monitor and signal. Their symbiotic relationship with the deer is key to survival in such a perilous world. And then it strikes. With a burst of speed reaching up to 65 km/h, the tiger charges at its prey. The chase between life and death begins. Panic spreads. The herd scatters, each deer running on instinct to survive. The slowest will become the hunter's meal. Tigers are not marathon runners. Hunts are often decided within the first few hundred meters. Strength and speed must be used with utmost efficiency. With a powerful leap and a fatal bite to the neck, the tiger ends the hunt. Nature's law is fulfilled once again. One's life means another's death. The hunt succeeds, but this is not just a meal for one. The tigress must bring her prize back to her cubs, the future of her bloodline. Tiger cubs stay with their mother for about 2 years, learning all the survival skills they need, from hunting to fighting and defending territory. The first lessons begin at mealtime. The mother allows her cubs to practice, awakening their hunting instincts, written into their blood since birth. Through play and wrestling, the cubs develop strength, agility, and attack techniques, vital skills for their future. Yet nature always holds new threats. The monsoon arrives with fierce storms, forcing the tiger family to seek safer shelter. Tigers are the only big cats that truly love water. The mother does not hesitate to lead her cubs across rivers, a dangerous journey to safety. Beneath the water, another ancient predator awaits. Crocodiles, with the strongest bite force in the animal kingdom, pose a deadly risk to both cubs and adults. A confrontation between two apex predators. The mother's vigilance and strength are the only shield protecting her young from the jaws of death. When males mature, they must face brutal battles for territory and mating rights, fights that determine the survival of their lineage. Each battle is a test of strength and courage. The victor wins territory and the chance to pass on his genes to the next generation. After the tension of survival, cool waters become a place of relief and recovery. Water is not only home to enemies, but also a source of comfort. The tiger's regal beauty radiates even in its calmest moments, an eternal symbol of wild power and grace. Each day, the cycle continues. The tiger once more patrols its territory, a kingdom it has fought to claim and must constantly defend. Beauty, strength, and brutality all converge in this extraordinary creature. The tiger is the very soul of Asia's forest, a living emblem of untamed survival. Dawn breaks over the Rocky Mountains, where pine forests rise through thick mist. The morning temperature is just a few degrees Celsius, the cold, damp air creating a majestic, yet harsh scene. This is the domain of two top predators, gray wolves, the masters of cooperative hunting, and the mighty grizzly bear, a solitary creature of overwhelming strength. Wolves can run continuously for 60 kilometers in a single day, reaching speeds of 65 km/h in a chase. They rely on unity to bring down prey many times their size. By contrast, grizzlies can weigh up to 400 kilograms, with a bite stronger than a lion's and claws nearly 10 centimeters long. A single swipe can knock down a bison. Despite their differences, both often depend on shared food sources. Salmon during spawning runs, moose calves, or carrion left behind from winter. When prey is scarce, fierce competition erupts. Wolves rely on numbers. Bears rely on brute force. A wolf pack discovers the carcass of an old elk left behind after the winter. This is a treasure trove of nutrition, enough to sustain the entire pack for days. But they are not the only ones drawn to it. An adult grizzly has also caught the scent of the feast from kilometers away, with a sense of smell 7 times stronger than a bloodhound's. The wolves quickly shift formation, circling, snapping at the air, growling. It is a classic tactic to intimidate and test their opponent's response. But the bear does not yield easily. It rises on its hind legs, its massive body blocking the light, and unleashes a deep roar that echoes through the forest. A tense, psychological standoff. One side armed with collective intelligence, the other with sheer power. These moments often decide life or death. Will the wolves risk everything? Or will the bear endure until they lose heart? A wolf darts in. Quick bite, then retreat. This is how they probe for weaknesses, while also wearing down their adversary. The alpha wolf shows courage, but it knows a single blow from the bear could mean mortal injury. The grizzly's thick fur and fat layers absorb the wolf's bites. Its sole focus remains on the meal before it. In this battle for survival, a single mistake can be fatal. The bear's strength prevails, but with a tragic cost. The wolf pack suffers a heavy loss. The price of defending their meal is far too high. Silence blankets the grief. Now they must retreat. Their strong social bonds will help them endure, but the pain remains. The victor claims its reward. This high-energy meal will help the bear store enough fat to endure the long winter ahead. The conflict between bears and wolves is an inseparable part of the ecosystem, shaping the fragile balance between apex predators. In this unforgiving land where weakness has no place, life goes on. Each species must continue its own path of survival. After such a tense encounter, the pack's hierarchy may be shaken, with minor fights breaking out to reestablish order. The bear, full and satisfied, moves on. The wolves return to what remains. In nature, nothing is wasted. The struggle between wolves and bears has played out for thousands of years, helping to preserve ecological balance. Wolves regulate deer and elk populations, preventing the grasslands from being overgrazed. Bears clean up carcasses, reducing the spread of disease. Though fierce rivals, both are essential to the Rocky Mountain ecosystem. Two species, two strategies, yet together they teach us a lesson in resilience. In the wild, there are no eternal victors, only the endless cycle of survival. And we, humans, are but small observers before this grand stage. Narration, amid the vast taiga and icy mountains of North America, a giant has endured for thousands of years. The brown bear, the largest omnivore of the Northern Hemisphere. Its scientific name is Ursus arctos, ranging from Europe and Siberia to Alaska. It is one of the most widespread and adaptable bear species on the planet. An adult can weigh nearly 800 kilograms and stand over 2.4 meters tall on its hind legs, with fur ranging from golden brown to dark black, a true symbol of northern wilderness strength. But strength alone does not guarantee survival. They must endure long, freezing winters and brief summers, a harsh trial of endurance. In Siberia's taiga, Eurasian and Siberian brown bears feed on berries, insects, and occasionally hunt deer or wild boar to maintain their energy. In North America, the grizzly bear is famed for its muscular shoulder hump, which gives it the power to dig for roots and bring down large prey. Their claws, more than 10 centimeters long, are strong enough to flip rocks, dig out burrowing animals, and fight off rivals if necessary. Each subspecies has its own traits. The colossal Kodiak of Alaska, the salmon-hunting Kamchatka bear of Russia, and the Eurasian brown bear spread across the old continent. In Alaska's summer, when millions of red salmon migrate upstream, it becomes a grand feast for the brown bears. Each bear stands motionless by waterfalls, waiting for the precise moment a salmon leaps, to snatch it with powerful jaws. In a single day, a bear can eat more than 30 kilograms of fish. The fat and protein from salmon allow them to build reserves for the long winter. Meanwhile, taiga brown bears lack salmon. They rely on berries, honey, and hoofed animals like deer and elk. Despite differences, the common goal remains: to gain enough fat. A bear can put on up to 180 kilograms in just a few summer months. As autumn arrives, they enter the calorie race, consuming tens of thousands of calories each day in preparation for hibernation. When snow blankets the land, brown bears retreat to mountain dens. They vanish from the outside world for months. In darkness, their heart rate drops to only 8 beats per minute, breathing slows, and the body survives entirely on stored fat. A miracle occurs. A mother bear can give birth during hibernation without ever leaving the den. Cubs are born weighing only 400 grams, tiny as squirrels, but grow rapidly on their mother's rich, fatty milk. When spring arrives, the mother awakens and leads her young outside, beginning their first survival journey. The world outside is full of dangers. Cubs must learn to forage and avoid threats from the very start. Only half of bear cubs survive to adulthood, facing starvation, brutal winters, and predators. Those that endure grow quickly, and within a few years, they become rulers of the northern forest. An adult bear commands a territory spanning hundreds of square kilometers, constantly roaming in search of seasonal food. They rarely attack humans, but will become fiercely aggressive if threatened or protecting cubs. Yet the greatest threat to brown bears does not come from nature, it comes from humans. Poaching and habitat loss drove many populations into severe decline during the 20th century. Today, protected areas from Kamchatka to Yellowstone strive to safeguard this iconic species. The IUCN lists brown bears as least concern, yet subspecies such as the Kodiak and Kamchatka remain in urgent need of protection. Brown bears play a vital ecological role, dispersing seeds, controlling ungulate populations, and maintaining balance in the taiga forest. In the silence of the deep forest, the brown bear continues its journey of survival, mysterious and majestic, as it has for thousands of years. Across the vast African savannas, life seems to stretch endlessly. This is the grand stage for one of the most spectacular migrations on Earth. Water is the lifeblood of the plains, drawing countless creatures to quench their thirst. But beneath the cool surface lurk unseen dangers. The hippopotamus, a giant often mistaken for being gentle, is in fact one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. Its wide-open mouth is not a sign of fatigue. It's a warning, a display of power. Those enormous canines, reaching up to 50 centimeters long, are deadly weapons, always ready to defend its territory. Despite weighing over 1.5 tons, hippos move gracefully underwater. In fact, they don't swim. They walk or even gallop along the riverbed in a remarkable way. And when the dry season arrives, the Great Migration begins. Millions of wildebeest and zebras embark on their epic journey, following the rains in search of greener pastures. Zebras, with their iconic black and white stripes, aren't just beautifully patterned. Studies suggest their stripes confuse predators and even repel tsetse flies. Hippos have extremely sensitive skin. They secrete a reddish fluid that acts as a natural sunscreen and antibacterial coating, often mistaken for blood sweat. The migration forces them to face their greatest challenge, the rivers. Here, life and death are separated by mere seconds, and predators lie in wait. The zebras hesitate at the riverbank. Instinct warns them of danger, yet the thirst of the journey and pressure from the herd push them forward. Suddenly, a male hippo attacks. It's not hunting, it's defending its territory with brutal force. Any intruder will face its wrath. With jaws capable of opening nearly 180 degrees and a bite strong enough to crush a small boat, the unfortunate zebra has no chance to escape. Chaos erupts. The desperate cries of the herd and the splashing of water create a tragic scene. Nature's judgment is always harsh. The Nile crocodiles, ancient predators, join the hunt. They wait patiently, needing only a single moment of weakness to strike. After the storm, the river returns to its calm. The sunset paints the sky in shades of orange, hiding the tragedies that just unfolded beneath the surface. But peace never lasts. Beneath the water, battles for dominance among hippos continue, ready to explode at any moment. At night, hippos emerge from the river to graze. Each night, they can travel up to 10 kilometers and consume around 40 kilograms of vegetation, a massive diet for their colossal bodies. On land, another predator reigns supreme, the lion, a symbol of strength and power. It is the only truly social cat, living and hunting in organized prides. The lionesses do most of the hunting. Their amber eyes stay sharp, scanning the grasslands for potential prey. But even apex predators face extraordinary challenges. A hippo that strays too far from the water becomes an accidental target. Attacking a full-grown hippo is a perilous act. Its thick hide, immense bulk, and crushing jaws can easily kill a lion. Yet the dominant male lion, with strength and experience, manages to bring down the massive beast. It's a grand feast enough to sustain the pride for days. The smell of blood attracts opportunists. A sly jackal lingers nearby, hoping to snatch a scrap of meat when the lions aren't looking. Meanwhile, the migration continues. Thousands of lives move onward, preparing once more to face the deadly rivers and endless cycle of survival. A crocodile seizes its chance. With a terrifying bite and its signature death roll, it drags a wildebeest beneath the surface, ending its struggle in an instant. The survivors press forward, There's no time to mourn the fallen. That is the unforgiving law of this great journey. Once again, the hippos show their aggression. They charge at the crocodiles not to feed, but to assert their dominance as the true masters of the water. Having crossed the river, the wildebeest continue their endless trek. They have escaped death today, but new challenges await tomorrow. From apex predators to unpredictable giants, every creature on the African savanna plays a role in the grand symphony of life and death.